Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how you can set up your Olis Connect with a Fanuc robot. So here we have our Olis Connect device as well as a LR mate. And first, I'm going to walk you through a little network diagram. So we have our robot connected to an Ethernet cable in port 2 that comes to a USB adapter which plugs into our Olis Connect. And then we're going to use Wi-Fi to connect to the internet, which is optional, and we're going to plug in some USB cameras. Alright, so the first step is to plug in our USB key. And this actually enables a Wi-Fi access point on the Olis Connect device. And that means I can connect directly to the device by going to my Wi-Fi networks. And we're looking for a network called Olis Connect 427. And it can take about a minute for the access point to start after plugging in the USB key. Alright, here we go. And the password is Olis Robotics. Connect. And see, it says we're connected and it can't provide internet, which is normal. I'm also going to disable my data on my cell phone. Okay, then we can go to Chrome and we're going to type in http://192.168.12.1. And this is going to log into the Olis Connect setup wizard. And the wizard will show up whenever the USB key is plugged in. Here's the setup screen. And since we're using a standard network configuration, we can go through the guided setup. We're using a Fanuc robot. And now we're going to configure the connection to the robot. So the first step is to plug in the USB dongle and into the Olis Connect. And then we can come to the pendant. We're going to go menu, down to setup. Sorry, I'll do that again. Menu, setup, over to host com, and then we're going to select the first TCP/IP option, and then we're going to look at port 2. And there I have the IP address of the robot highlighted. And we're going to use that here. So we're setting the Olis Connect IP address now to be on the same subnet as the robot. So we're going to go 172.28.98.204. And the gateway will be on that same subnet, 172.28.98.1. And then we'll hit next, and the robot IP address is 203. Hit next, and now we're checking that we've set our IP address and that we're able to ping the robot and connect to the robot. And if we want to retry, you can go back and then forward again. Alright, looks like that worked. Yep. Go next, and we're going to connect to a Wi-Fi network. Next. It's Wi-Fi, and we're going to select the Olis Robotics hotspot. Password, and the password is robotics. Next. Just gonna try that again. Just make sure we have internet. Alright, that looks good. To connect to Tailscale VPN, which is optional, we're going to, first I'm going to actually enable my mobile data, and then I go to tailscale.com, go to the admin console, and then I go to settings, keys, generate auth key, generate key, copy, done, and then go back here. I'm actually gonna disable data again so it gets confused. Refresh. Alright, we're back on this page. Now I can paste in that key and hit connect. And now Tailscale is connecting to that account. And it was successful. You can see which email account we're connected to. And then we'll hit next, and this page just gives us an overview. We can see the IP address of the robot that it's connected. We can see that we're connected to Wi-Fi, and we're connected to Tailscale. So that's all looking really good. Go next. And this page is instructing us to unplug the USB key. And when we do that, the Wi-Fi network that we're using right now is going to be disabled. So we're going to connect with a new IP address, either for Wi-Fi or Tailscale. So we'll go to exit setup. So I'm going to unplug the USB key, and I'm also going to plug in our USB cameras. One here, one there. Right. So, back to internet. I'm going to actually disable Wi-Fi completely and then turn my data back on. And then we're going to go to Tailscale. And you can see here's the Olis Connect that is now online on Tailscale. So I can copy that IP address, go to Chrome again, paste that IP address, and now I'm actually connected to the device over my cellular network instead of Wi-Fi. And we have the robot as well as the two video cameras that we plugged in. And so I can hit operate. Name is Ryan. And we can select a robot program here. So we've selected Showy, and now we can actually play this program. And that is how you set up Olis Connect for your Fanuc robot in under 10 minutes.